What is going on, everyone? It's your guy Cole Jackson back here on Road Graders, coming to you on a victory Monday. The Ravens getting a decisive 35-14 win against the New York Giants, and the Baltimore Ravens offense returning back to its dominance that we saw early in the season. I know what some of you are thinking. Yes, it's the Giants, but you know what? This is what they should have done to the Giants, and it's what they did to the Giants, which is exactly what I wanted to see. And we're going to be getting into Lamar Jackson's game and how he bounced back. If you look, rough start to the day. Starts with a fumble and a punt on his first two drives. Got to factor in too on the two of the first three drives. Incredible field position from special teams plays. You had Justice Hill lead the it was a 53-yard kickoff return that led to the fumble. Then they punt. Then on the first touchdown drive, they had a big return from Desmond King. So everything was looking well. Finally, the offense kicks into gear. 5 straight touchdown drives from Lamar Jackson before he got to sit the fourth quarter. Another Jackson 5. Before we dive into the film, lines for tonight ready to go. The rare 2-game Monday Night Football setup. You got the Bears as 7-point underdogs, and you got the Falcons as 5.5-point favorites going into this game. You can get in on the action yourself by using promo code YouTube150 over at BetUS. Go over to BetUS, get started, get in on that action. More money in your wallet, bigger bets, bigger winnings. Thank you to BetUS for sponsoring. Let's dive into the film and take a look at Lamar Jackson's game. And we're actually going to start with the fumble because, I don't want to give an excuse here. You can't fumble the ball. You got to hold on to it. But you're going to see on the read option here, not read option, zone read. So the read man's going to be number 0, Brent Burns. You see likely motion across, and then right here, actually, this isn't zone read. This is actually a veer read. And so the difference between a veer read and a zone read is going to be where the read man is. So you can see as Lamar's pulling here, he's reading the play side edge defender. And so you see likely get out there. He's going to veer out and give that nice seal block on 27. Really solid block there. And really what happens here, you have a good block here inside. And it's Zay Flowers not blocking his guy. Just literally standing there. Looked like his controller died. Can't see it overly well from this angle, but you can see as Lamar gets out there, Zay's just not engaging. And that's his guy that ends up ripping the ball out. So, got to hold on to the football. No excuses for that. Lamar Jackson has to hold on to the football. He leads the NFL in fumbles lost. Protecting the ball in the air in terms of limiting interceptions has been his absolute strength this year. He's one of the best in the NFL doing it. We were giving it up on the ground, but have to acknowledge there, he's trying to cut off of Zay Flowers' block, and Zay Flowers didn't block anybody. So one of those frustrating plays. It starts, then they punt. It's kind of feeling like we're going into New York playing down to our opponent, but then off of the Desmond King punt return. And what I really like is they go right back to the option. And so you're going to get a zone read play here. Kayvon Thibodeau is going to be the read man. See right there. And you can see really, this is the Derrick Henry effect. Watch the 3 linebackers, 19, 53, and 41. Watch them flow. So they're flowing to Derrick Henry, and it just creates this massive lane. And there's Isaiah Likely pulling out. He's been so good at that this year as a lead blocker, and that's just easy yards here. And this is really what the Ravens need to get themselves back into is, using that zone read. I think it's been underused when the run game's been sputtering. This offensive line, especially on the interior with their guard play, doesn't get a lot of movement. I think getting back into using the zone read down the stretch. I know we don't want Lamar Jackson taking those hits, but going into December football with what Derrick Henry can do, and then obviously getting into January, I think it's going to be a tool that they're going to have to use a little bit more than they have been using. So now we get down after a couple Derrick Henry runs. I think he had runs of 6 and 9. They get inside the 5, and Ronnie Stanley. You can see Brent Burns right there, number 0. So this is just going to be a play action slide. So I looked at the alignment. You can see here, there's a 3 tech playing pretty wide just off of Ronnie Stanley's right foot there, 94. So, I don't know where Stanley, I know the commentator mentioned maybe he's expecting help from McCary, but based on the pre-snap alignment, that's, Burns is Ronnie's guy. There's no other outside player for him to slide to. So he just misses on this. This is just a bad play from Ronnie Stanley. And so as you can see, Lamar's going to roll. It's one of those empty handoffs. And as Lamar turns back in, he just doesn't see that coming. It's from his blind side. He takes that sack. Nothing he can do there. Too quick of pressure. Just a really clean miss from Ronnie Stanley. That sets him up here, 3rd and 13 after the sack. And Mark Andrews with just some beautiful route running. So you're going to see him right up around the 6-yard line. He's going to run like a curl, like a fake curl, and then go. So just watch that, and then we'll go back, break it down. So you're going to see right there, there's that curl, and then Ronnie catching Isaiah Simmons with his back to the ball. Lamar just throws a dime here. Just a beautiful pass. Look at him standing in the pocket tall, waiting for that to open, designed all the way through. And we can see here, you're going to see Mark Andrews escape off the clip quickly, but you'll be able to see the route he runs. Then you'll see Lamar stand in there and deliver that ball. So right as Mark turns, you can see right here, it's like a little fake curl. He's like setting a pick for likely, but then he continues on. Lamar keeps his eyes on him. And right here, I wish we could see it like a second earlier. Isaiah Simmons, 19, he's the one right underneath. That's what Lamar's seeing through this entire play. So obviously the DBs are a little wider here. So he gets Mark Andrews running the seam with Simmons back turned to his ball pretty much completely. And Lamar, you can see right there, he's just staring at that. He's waiting for that to open because he recognizes that that's going to be there. And so just really good play, really good read from Lamar, really good bounce back off of an ugly sack, one that there's really nothing he could have done about that. So to turn around and just be able to deliver that type of touchdown throw, it's just starting to feel like, we're back in the swing of things with this offense. So we open the drive, 1st and 10, simple play action from 22. You can see Andrews in there, right there. Easy throw like that, just to kind of come out, easy pitch and catch off the play action. Then we get into, we're going to have a few runs. We get an 11-yard completion that ends up at this play at 2nd and 11. And this is going to be the touchdown to Rashad Bateman. So just a beautiful route by Rashad. See Lamar rolling out there. And then we'll go back and break down Rashad's route because this was thing of beauty. And then makes 2 defenders miss to get in there for a 49-yard touchdown. But we got to go back and take a look at Rashad Bateman here and what Lamar's seeing. Love the rollout here. Just Lamar working to where his receiver is going to be. So at the top of your screen at the 50, you're going to see Bateman on the line, Zay behind him. They're going to be stacked. And then right here, as Bateman's working vertically, 27 is going to be the safety here. You're going to see him press inside. So he's going to press inside right here. And as he does that, it's forcing the safety to turn his head. So he's going to end up there. See how he turns inwards? So as he works himself inwards, as soon as he sees those hips start to flip, he's going to cut back out. Lamar's reading this all the whole way. You can see Lamar down here. He hasn't thrown the ball yet. He's waiting for Bateman to sell that inside. So you can see there's the rollout starting. Bateman's going to work that route and then open up right there at the 20. You can see him opening up, and that's when Lamar's throwing that. As soon as Bateman works those hips inside, Lamar knows to throw outside, and then just an easy catch there. We'll show the other angle here because Lamar threw a dime. Absolute dime. You're going to see the rollout. Mark Andrews stays in pass pro there. Looks like it's all designed because he's blocking with outside leverage here. So he's forcing the defender inside and then sealing. So it was always intended for Lamar to roll out here, and he just throws a pretty ball on the run. Boom. But really that route running by Rashad Bateman, working inside, cut back outside, but the timing between Lamar and Bateman, that's been the biggest development in Bateman's game this year, is that timing with Lamar Jackson. And just them being on the same page, this is happening pretty consistently. So we get the ball back here, 2:45 left, up 14-7, not in the bag by any means, with almost at the 2-minute warning. I think we're all feeling like we need a score here. The Giants get the ball back after the after halftime. So I mean, this was, I wouldn't say it's a must score. I mean, it's the Giants and Tommy DeVito that turned into Tim Boyle, but I mean, it's still, from an offensive perspective, let's get out there, let's get some more points. So they start the drive with a screen to Justice Hill, went for 14, underneath throw to Bateman for 11, and then this sets up 1st and 10. and Lamar doing what a lot of people want him to do. You can see right here, right off the bat, he just doesn't like the look that he's seeing. You can see Bateman right here. I thought open up. See, he's going to work vertically. I think Lamar sees that safety coming down. But he's got to throw here over top of this linebacker. It's a little tight, but Bateman's open there regardless. Lamar's going to try and find a look that he likes. Doesn't see one to the left. Comes back to the right. And watch Tyler Linderbaum release right here. Because this is just the athleticism of Linderbaum. Boom. Absolutely smokes him. See Linderbaum. Let's see that again. But just the idea of Tyler Linderbaum being, 10 yards down on a scramble, lead blocking, getting a pancake. It's beautiful football from the big man. See it from the other angle here. Or no, we get into another play. But, a lot of people want to see Lamar scrambling a little bit more. I like how he, didn't hesitate on that. He rolled out because he didn't like the initial look. I still wonder if he had to throw there to his left. He probably didn't like the depth of that linebacker, so he wanted to, roll out to the left and try and create a bit more space. No problem with that. I like the decision making because he can do stuff like this after his initial read. He can run out in space, make plays like that. Can't complain about that. We get into 3rd and 1 here. So again, we're about 50 seconds left. They're just going to run the easy option. You can see right here, Likely pulling back out. Likely as a lead blocker on these has been so money. And then we get down into 2nd and 9. And just a beautiful read. It looks like the Giants are going to drop into cover 3. I'll run it through, and then I'll come back and break down what I think Lamar Jackson's reading. Had a hard time trying to figure out the coverage because of... So right there, you see that's just a beautiful corner strike. So the reason I think it's cover 3, you got the 2 safeties here at the hashes, at the top hash in towards the 13-yard line. That safety stays low, and you're going to see the top safety, see him drop. The higher corner at the 10-yard line right now is going to drop. So it looks like they're in cover 3. And 35, the corner at the bottom of your screen that's lined up across from Likely, he doesn't drop into his deep 1/3. You can see right there. And that's what Lamar reads. And he just throws the corner route off of the inside leverage from the free safety. And you can see right there, it just opens that lane. So I think what happens is, because if you go back to the pre-snap look, right here, Likely starts in the bunch on the top side of the screen. He's going to motion down, and then he's going to run a route underneath of Bateman. And you can see him just sit there. And that seems to freeze the corner that I think is supposed to be dropping into that 1/3. So as soon as Lamar sees him freeze on Bateman, or on Likely, he doesn't drop into where Bateman's going to be breaking on the corner. And Lamar just gets ready to throw this. You can see right here, ball's cocked. Bateman's just starting. And again, the timing, that's what the difference was in this game. And just a beautifully placed ball, but the timing there between Bateman and Lamar, that seems to be the difference this year. And just in terms of their execution, in terms of the Bateman making these big plays, he's trusting Bateman to break open, but the decisiveness, there's no hesitation on these throws with Lamar Jackson. And that's been the story of the year. I don't want to make this sound like it's a post-buy thing, because it's not. That's been the story of the year. They stick to the ground game on this one. They come out, another zone read, and you can even fake the cameraman out. So again, this is going to be your zone read. They're running zone right. The option there, you see Thibodeau here. He crashes down pretty hard. The wide DB also crashes. They just bit so hard on Justice Hill that Lamar keeps this and just outruns the linebacker, goes for 10, and then that sets up the Devontae Walker. So Lamar said after the game that they saw this on film. This was always going to be a planned play. This is 3rd and 1, so they're going to fake the sweep. So you can see right here, there's that sweep. They're getting the linebackers moving. They're trying to get them to bite on the run. And you can see right here on the outside hash, Devontae Walker literally just runs open. And Lamar actually hesitated there. So I'm going to go back and play it through again. So this ball could have came out a little bit earlier. So there's that fake sweep. And then there's that hesitation. And that led to Devontae Walker having to do the little toe drag swag. So not as clean as I initially thought, but, nonetheless, still a beautiful strike. That's just, I love hearing that they saw it on film and then led to them going out and calling that on 3rd and 1. Just great execution by everyone. Devontae Walker getting his feet in. Lamar has that little double pump, but not a huge deal. Doesn't impact the play negatively. Just forced the tighter window throw there at the end. So we get into 2nd and 11 here. So they got backed up. They got the false start penalty. They're literally on their 1-yard line. And just love this play. So it's going to be at the top of your screen. Zay Flowers running a deeper out, and just a beautiful throw from Lamar. And these are the throws that they're going to have to make against Pittsburgh. It's going to be these, when they get those cover 3 looks, making these outside the numbers throws against cover 3. And right there just delivers a perfect strike to Zay, gets them off, minor play. It's only, the 15-yard gain, not anything crazy, but it gets them off of their goal line, especially on 2nd down, because if you get into 3rd and 11 on your own 1, are you going to have to run it? What are you going to have to do in that play? You're worried about taking a sack, a safety, a hold in the end zone leads to a safety. So just really clean, getting that ball out, really good throw. Great use of timing. Again, that's been the story in this game, is Lamar's timing. And so here we're on 1st and 1, and you're going to see Thibodeau stay home on the play action. So he's going to get right into Lamar's face as he boots off of this. The Ravens are using play action so effectively. They were started to freeze their DNs on the backside. So he's going to get right up in Lamar's face. Lamar sets his feet. This is just a great adjustment from Lamar. So as soon as he sees this, rather than trying to do too much, he plants his feet. He's got that wide base, and he's just going to throw a dot to Aguilar between 3 defenders. Yeah, Aguilar has to get up for it, no doubt. He has to get up for it. Tough catch, but, been complaining for weeks. Sometimes you got to make a tough catch. Last week or 2 weeks ago against the Eagles, they didn't make the tough catches, especially Aguilar. Aguilar gets up for that one, but with a guy bearing down on him in his face for him to make that throw, ridiculous. And then this play, there's so much going on in this one. So the Giants are going to bring 6. So I'm going to run it through twice. First time I want you guys to focus on Justice Hill out of the backfield. He's going to score this touchdown just on a swing. And it's basically just a breakdown in coverage. But you can see how bad of a breakdown in coverage it is, because watch Andrews on this play. So Andrews is going to run from the top side, tight end alignment, and you see right there, he breaks open. He's wide open. They came out in man, but and look, if I go back and freeze this, likely at the top of your screen here, 2 defenders on him, nobody on Justice Hill. Mark Andrews absolutely cleaning his guy. He's putting his hands up because of how clean of a win that was. Either way, Lamar finds the empty guy. The real takeaway there for me was he threw into the blitz, which is what you want to see. They had that blitz come from the edge. Lamar sees it, just hits Justice Hill on the swing route into open field. Easy pitch and catch. But that ends the 5 touchdown game from Lamar Jackson. Another Jackson 5. Absolutely beautiful execution. Again, the big thing for me, the timing in this game. Just he was dialed in on the timing. Really, the only throw that I think he missed, I didn't throw it in here, was that deep ball to Rashad Bateman. It'll be in the Bateman video I'm doing later today. But not a huge miss by any means, just didn't get enough air underneath it. So really just a clean game from number 8. Yes, it was against the Giants, but we had to go out there. We had to smoke them. And they did. And that's exactly what I wanted to see out of them. If you guys enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, hit subscribe if you're new here, drop a comment down below, let me know what you guys thought of this game. And as always, thank you to BetUS for sponsoring this video.